Le Bernardin restaurant was resplendent in the sparkling crystal lights. Every detail of the decor exuded luxury, from the red velvet curtains to the sparkling silverware on the tables. The melodious sound of a piano filled the air, blending with the elegant conversations of the upper class. The waiters moved rhythmically, deftly like dancers in a waltz. They were not allowed to make any mistakes. But then, bang! The sound of shattering glass shattered the elegant atmosphere. All eyes immediately turned to a corner of the room, where Mia, a black waitress, was awkwardly picking up broken pieces from the floor. A brown coffee stain was on the expensive white shirt of a customer, Leo Whitmore, heir to the city's largest financial conglomerate. The air seemed to freeze. I'm sorry, sir," Mia said softly, her voice lost in the surrounding whispers. Leo glanced down at his shirt, his eyes cold. "You think an apology is enough?" A woman sitting nearby laughed scornfully. "What a cheap waiter. Don't you know how to do your job?" Mia clenched her fists, but she didn't object. She was used to these kinds of insults. But there was something different about Leo, the man standing before her. His eyes contained not only annoyance, but also a hint of curiosity. Suddenly, Leo spoke in a challenging voice, "If you want to make amends, play a song." Mia blinked, not understanding. "Play music?" Leo nodded, gesturing toward the violin in the corner of the room. "If you have any real talent, I might let you go." There was a burst of snickering from the surrounding customers. They thought Leo was just mocking the poor waitress. But Mia was not deterred. She took a deep breath and walked over to pick up the guitar. The violin sounded. The melody resonated, not just the music, but Mia's soul. Each note was filled with emotion, like waves crashing into the hearts of those listening. The restaurant gradually became quiet, all eyes were fixed on her. Leo stood there, completely stunned by what had just happened. He couldn't believe his ears. The melodious music had just stopped, and silence filled the air. He suddenly started clapping his hands in appreciation, and it was none other than Leo. The applause broke the silence. His eyes were fixed on Mia, looking at her intently and scrutinizingly. His voice was soft, almost a whisper, but enough for Mia to hear. "I think, you're more than just a waitress here." Mia remained silent, not responding. She gently put down the guitar, bowed her head as if to hide something, then quietly left, leaving Leo with his thoughts in turmoil. Leo didn't understand why he was drawn to Mia. He had met hundreds of beautiful, talented women, but none had made him feel so curious. A few days later, he sent someone to investigate and found where she lived, a peaceful suburb, far from the glamorous city. Small houses nestled in the middle of nature, children running on dirt roads, flower beds blooming under the golden sunlight. He saw Mia wearing a simple dress, barefoot on the ground, tending the small garden in front of her house. Neighborhood children ran up to her, laughing and playing with her. There were no fancy cars or designer dresses, just peace. But Mia is not only that. She has had a love of music since childhood, passed down from her father. Her father was a street musician. He instilled in her a strong passion for violin melodies. Later, she was admitted to the music academy, but due to difficult circumstances, she had no other choice, so she stopped pursuing music at university. During the day, she rode her old bike to school and used her free time to help her mother take care of the plants in the garden. At night, she put on her waitress uniform and worked tirelessly at the fancy restaurant where she met Leo. Leo was fascinated by this life. It was real, simple, not fake like his world. But, deep down, he still had a prejudice, that poor people always crave money. So when he approached Mia, he unconsciously showed it. He handed Mia an envelope. "You play the violin very well. I can help you find a better place." Mia looked at the envelope and laughed coldly. "Do you think I'll play music for money?" Leo was silent. He didn't expect her to be angry. After that incident, Mia always tried to avoid Leo in every way possible, finding every reason not to see or face him. However, ironically, despite Mia's avoidance, Leo felt more and more attracted to her and attracted to her more strongly than ever. One day, Mia was on her way home from school. When she crossed the bridge at the beginning of the village, she was stopped by Leo. "Can you stop and talk for a moment?" "Why should I talk to you?" "I think this place doesn't belong to you. You better go where the upper class should be. We don't welcome rich people coming here to bother us. I just wanted to help you develop your talent for playing the guitar. I feel sorry that you turned down this opportunity." Mia said, "How will you help me?" At this point she opened her heart. "I am passionate about music. My father taught me since I was little, but I had no choice but to give up my dream because my family no longer had enough money to let me pursue my dream. My father got sick and passed away 2 years ago. I still have to take care of my siblings' education. I want my siblings to go to school. So I will lend you some money so you can pursue your dream. What do you think? This money will be used to pay for your siblings' education and daily living expenses. During that time you should focus on developing your passion. I will help you find the best teacher to guide you." Mia was surprised by Leo's words. She wondered, "Why do you want to help me? We don't know each other?" Because of me," Leo stuttered, not knowing what to say. Actually, his heart had been moved by the girl standing in front of him since the first time he met her. But he couldn't confess it now, afraid of being rejected. Mia continued, "Are you cheating on me?" "Don't worry, I just want to help you. If you succeed in the future, you can pay me back." Mia looked at Leo silently, her eyes filled with struggle. She had never received help from anyone before, and was not used to having a stranger care for her so much. But deep down, she knew that if she did not take this chance, she would never be able to reach her dream. "Okay," Mia finally said quietly, her voice firm. "I'll take the money, but I'll pay you back every penny. I don't want to owe anyone anything." Leo smiled, a relieved smile but also a bit mysterious. "You can consider this an investment. I believe in your talent." And so, Mia's life took a new turn. In the following days, Mia officially left her job as a waitress at Le Bernardin. She focused entirely on practicing the violin, with the guidance of one of the top music teachers that Leo found for her. At first, she was not used to the new environment, where there were students from prestigious families, but her natural talent and perseverance helped her quickly catch up. Leo didn't show up often, but he always followed Mia's journey from afar. He felt satisfied when he saw her progress day by day. But what he didn't expect was that Mia not only changed in her musical skills, but she also became more confident and stronger than ever. One day, Mia was invited to a performance at a large hall. It was her chance to prove herself to the world. That evening, Mia stood in the spotlight, her hands tightly gripping her familiar violin. As the music played, each note seemed to touch the hearts of the listeners. She was not just playing music, she was telling her life story through melody. Leo sat in the front row, silently watching Mia's every move. He had never seen anyone perform with such soul. And at that moment, he realized he loved her. When the song ended, the auditorium exploded with applause. Mia stood in the spotlight, but the only thing she was looking for was Leo's eyes. When she met his gaze, she knew that there was an invisible thread connecting them for a long time. After the performance, Leo walked up to her. "You did great. I wasn't wrong about you." Mia smiled, but then her eyes turned serious. "Leo, why are you helping me?" "This time, I want an honest answer." Leo was silent for a moment, then sighed softly. "Because I've never met anyone like you. Because I want to see you reach your dreams. And because I love you." Mia was stunned. She didn't know how to react. But one thing was for sure, her heart had been beating for a long time. She smiled, a gentle smile. "Well then, thank you. For trusting me. And maybe I should learn to trust you too." From that performance, Mia's career took off. She was constantly invited to perform at the most prestigious theaters, and her shows were sold out every night. Her fees kept getting higher and higher, and Mia gradually became a phenomenon in the classical music world. But in the midst of her rising career, Mia realized one thing: Leo was no longer present by her side like before. His messages became less frequent, his calls shorter. Mia felt an invisible distance growing between them. After every show, she searched the crowd for Leo, but he was nowhere to be found. She texted him, but the messages fell on deaf ears. An emptiness crept into her heart. Unable to bear it any longer, Mia decided to go find him. Standing in front of the large mansion, her heart was pounding. She waited for an explanation, an answer. Then the gate opened, and she saw Leo getting out of a luxury car. Mia pursed her lips, intending to call out to him. But then, the next image left her speechless. Leo walked around to the other side of the car and opened the door gently. A pregnant woman stepped out. He reached out to help her, his eyes gentle and careful, as if afraid she would trip. Mia's whole world came crashing down. She could hear nothing but the cold wind rushing through her heart. She could feel nothing but the pain squeezing her chest. Leo. Who is he in her life, anyway? Mia took a step back, then turned around and left, letting tears fall down her once radiant face amidst the halo. She ran away. The sweet and loving words he had for her turned out to be lies. She had imagined that Leo loved her, but it turned out he already had a family. That's right, how could he love her? He was rich, had a high position and was powerful. I've been dreaming too much. A series of those thoughts suddenly rushed into her, making her heart ache. She ran for a while, then bent down and hugged her heart that was gradually breaking in her chest. From that day on, Mia decided to cut off all contact with Leo. She changed her phone number, left the apartment that Leo had rented for her. She learned to stand on her own 2 feet. She still accepted shows, and the shows became more and more popular. She quickly paid back the money that Leo had lent her. After transferring the money, she left one last message for Leo. Thank you, Leo. Thanks to you, I have achieved the success I have today. You gave me great confidence, belief in myself, in the future. You gave me hope, and then disappointed me. I don't know who to believe in anymore. Maybe it's because I've been too dreamy. Mia then changed her phone number to cut off all contact with Leo. She built a beautiful house for her mother and siblings to live in, and she bought herself a luxury apartment in the suburbs for her convenience when touring and resting. Of course, Leo had no idea where she was living. Leo, thank you for taking care of the baby for me. You've worked hard these past few days, said Leo's older sister, Amma. It's okay, she's my niece too. Leo has an older sister. Her husband just passed away when she was pregnant. Amma was so miserable and desperate. When she was about to give birth, her husband had an accident. Leo took care of his older sister so that the baby would be born healthy. Plus, his business has been so busy lately, he almost has no time for Mia. The scene that Mia saw that day was just a misunderstanding. When he picked up the phone and read Mia's message, he was extremely surprised. He didn't understand the meaning of her message. He called her back, but there was no signal on the other end. He put his work aside and drove to find her. But she had checked out of the hotel, and no one knew where she lived. He searched everywhere for her, then drove straight to the village where she used to live. But her mother said Mia hadn't been home for a month, so she must be busy on tour. He said goodbye to her mother and drove away. He decided to go to the big theaters to see if there were any schedules for her performances. Luckily, tonight at 9 p.m., Mia is scheduled to perform at the Met. That night, Leo sat in the audience, his mind filled with thoughts. When the stage lights came on, Mia appeared, looking proud but somewhat more distant than before. She was no longer the clumsy waitress, but a famous violinist. But her eyes were no longer searching for him. The violin melody rang out, charming and full of emotion. It was still as strong as before, but a little sad, a little hurt. Leo listened to every note, feeling that Mia was very sad. He knew she had misunderstood him about something. The performance ended, and the entire auditorium erupted in applause. Mia bowed to the audience, but as soon as she turned to go backstage, she was surprised to see Leo waiting there. Her heart skipped a beat, but she quickly regained her composure. "Congratulations, Mia. You really did it." Leo's voice was warm but somewhat forced. Mia looked stunned for a moment, but then she smiled faintly. "Thank you, Mr. Whitmore." Leo frowned at the unfamiliar way she addressed him. "Mia, are you avoiding me? Why did you cut off contact with me?" Mia clenched her hands. She had told herself she wouldn't let herself be weak, but now, facing him, all the old emotions came flooding back. "It's not that I'm avoiding you, it's that I have no reason to contact you anymore, Leo." She tried to keep her voice calm. "You helped me, and I paid it all back. Between us, there's no debt anymore." Leo looked deep into her eyes, pained by the invisible distance between them. He took a deep breath, then softly said, "What exactly are you angry with me about?" "You really don't know?" Mia said. "That day I went to your villa, when I was about to wave to you, I saw you getting out of the car with another woman. She was pregnant. Aren't you married? So why are you still joking with me?" Leo smiled slightly. "Mia, that day, the woman you saw was my sister. She just lost her husband while she was pregnant. I had to take care of her. She was my only sister, the pain of her loss was too great, nothing could compensate." Mia's eyes widened, her heart pounding. "Your sister?" "Yes, Amma is my sister. And the baby I'm holding in my arms is my niece," Leo sighed. "I searched everywhere for you, but you disappeared so quickly. You didn't even give me a chance to explain." Mia felt as if the world was spinning. All the misunderstandings and pain she had caused herself turned out to be her hasty judgments. She turned her face away, not daring to meet Leo's hurt gaze. "Leo. She stuttered, not knowing what to say. Leo stepped closer, gently placing his hand on her shoulder. "Mia, I don't need you to apologize. I just want to know one thing, do you still have feelings for me?" Mia bit her lip, tears silently falling. She tried to forget him, tried to erase the memories of him, but her heart never stopped beating for him. Looking into his eyes, she nodded slightly. "Yes. I have never stopped loving you." A smile suddenly appeared on Leo's lips. Without hesitation, he pulled her into his arms, hugging her tightly as if afraid of losing her again. "Then, this time, don't avoid me. Okay?" Leo whispered. Mia nodded, burying her face in his chest, feeling the familiar warmth she had been craving all this time. And in that moment, she knew that she had finally found where she belonged. Leo lifted her chin, his eyes filled with love and desire. With no more barriers, he leaned down and placed a passionate kiss on her lips. That kiss not only contained longing, but also affirmed that they had found each other after years apart. Mia welcomed him, her arms tightly wrapped around Leo's neck, responding passionately. In the quiet space of the backstage, they forgot everything around them, only two hearts beating as one. A year later, Mia was on the biggest stage of her life, Carnegie Hall. Thousands of people came to hear her perform. And in the front row, Leo sat, eyes full of pride. After the show, he walked up to the stage, in front of thousands of spectators, knelt down on one knee and said, "Mia, you have found the music of your life. And I have found you. Will you agree to be my companion for life?" Mia was so moved that she couldn't speak. She smiled, tears of happiness rolling down her cheeks. "Yes, I do." A few months later, a cozy wedding took place in a small church on the outskirts of the city. There was no extravagance, just love and happiness. Mia put on a pure white wedding dress, hand in hand with Leo, and walked down the aisle. The melodious sound of a violin rang out, not from the big stage, but from the bride's heart. After the wedding, Mia and Leo built a happy home together. They were not only husband and wife, but also soulmates, a source of encouragement for each other in their careers. Mia continued to pursue her passion for music, but now, she was no longer alone. Leo was always by her side, supporting her and sharing every moment with her. Together they travel, explore new lands, experience different cultures. Mia brings her violin to all over the world, inspiring millions of people. Leo, with his business talent, supports Mia in managing her career, helping her shine even brighter. And then, one day, a baby's cry echoed through their cozy home. Mia gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, her eyes shining like stars. Leo held his daughter in his arms, his eyes filled with happiness. They named her Melody, as a reminder of the love of music that connected their souls. Mia and Leo's little family grew stronger and stronger, not only in number, but also in love and connection. Together they overcame the ups and downs of life, sharing joys and sorrows. And every night, when Melody was fast asleep, Mia would play the violin, the gentle melodies echoing in the quiet space. Leo sat beside her, listening to his beloved wife's violin, his heart filled with gratitude. He knew that his life had completely changed since the day he met Mia, the waitress with a hidden talent for the violin. Together they wrote a love story as beautiful as a piece of music, with ups and downs, but in the end, it was still a happy and fulfilling melody. This story affirms that, despite different backgrounds and circumstances, true love and faith can overcome all barriers, helping people find happiness and achieve their dreams. If you find this story interesting, don't forget to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching the video, see you in the next video.